Hello everyone, this is Statler,
And I'm Waldorf.
and we're here to talk about a not-so-new announcement by the Ninth Age team.
Yeah, eventually. Look at that.
Yes.
We eventually get around to things.
Exactly. We're a little behind on battle reports and whatnot.
Yes. But you might be seeing a few new things from us, different things, now that we've finally caught up with everything.
Well, once you've moved houses and we've
Yeah.
gone on our respective trips over the
We
holidays.
get our lives back under control.
Yeah. So probably we won't see too much more until the next update.
Yeah, we've talked about doing one of the Army books, and then we
Yeah.
said, well, why are we going to do an Army book when
It'll be different. It'll be different in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
a couple of weeks, it's going to change.
Yeah.
Things want to change on me.
Exactly. So anyway, what we want to talk about is for those few channel subscribers that we have that may not go to the Ninth Age site or go there very often. There was a posting on the news on the main dashboard about what the new release schedule is. So as most people know, the Ninth Age is not a static set of rules that they did it once and they're going to wait half a decade to fix it.
Right.
It's really an ongoing effort. And even now, we're in version 1.1, and that was never intended to be the final version. It was the version for the first, beginning of the tournament season to see how everything worked, and then with a target of next year being the real final
Version 2.
version 2, which would be the real rules. So they've recently, about 3 weeks ago, actually, they posted what's a schedule, what's happening, what we can expect. We just got the quick fixes. What was that, last month?
Yeah, early October, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No,
No,
September.
we're October now. So
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
early
yeah,
September.
where they did some minor tweaks here and there and changed ethereal and nothing big.
2nd of September, actually.
Right. So now we've got basically they're posting, and we're just going to run through some of the main things. The big things is everything is still on the table. So they're going to be looking at the rules. They're going to be looking at all the army books, and even some of the project structure, which is
Right.
how the old Ninth Age project is supported. I think some of that's already been in place. They've reorganized how the army book committees work and have a group now instead one single group instead of individual army book teams, which should help with play balance, internal and external balance.
Yeah, it stops the weird things where you see one group going in different directions.
Or the same thing done two different ways in two different books. So,
Right.
So it's good that they're at this point now that they take this and stabilize. So the big date, I guess, is really in principle, as they say, which is I'll interpret to mean on or about.
Yes.
These are all volunteers, and I'm sure they're killing themselves trying to get all this stuff done.
Yeah,
but,
trying to hit deadlines.
Exactly. Is October 25th. And that's when they're going to have the version 1.2 out of the rules and all the army books, with the focus on certain buffs and nerfs to help with balance and some small changes here and there. They do have admitted here that there are going to be some major changes to the Paths of Magic.
Well, yeah, you see this, and a full redesign
Exactly.
of the Paths of Magic.
This is going to bother some people.
It is.
I'm actually happy with this for a couple reasons. One, I mean, back when GW was doing their game, every time a new version came out, there was a totally different sets of spells.
Correct.
Right? And this is a totally new game, and in my view, it should have totally new magic to go with it.
Right. I agree.
And right now, I do think that we have some in this spell area. There's a lot of legacy things going on. So
There are.
Yeah.
There's a lot of legacy. There's a lot of unbalance in there.
and there is a lot of
You
unbalance.
can't balance the army book. You can't take a step. I mean, you'll never fully balance the army books. I mean,
Correct.
We've mentioned that
Yes.
before. But when you're trying to take steps to balancing the army books, it's tough to do with the Paths of Magic not being balanced, because that gives certain armies advantages based
Absolutely.
on the magic they can have.
And it has such a big impact, frankly, on the meta of how you play the game, too. So when you have a check. And this is a big shake-up, I think, with how a lot of people have certain crutches and how magic works, or we don't know what to expect, but hopefully they'll take away some of the lack of surety of the, oh shoot, I had 4 rolls and I didn't get the one spell that I needed for my build, so I've already lost the game and I haven't even started yet, so
Yeah, we've kind of talked about our desire for that. And who knows whether
we'll see what they do. Who knows?
we'll see what they do. But
we've got no insight.
Yes, we were hoping that we could be able to have your spells going in. So,
Yeah.
like we said before, it was always kind of weird that you know exactly what every guy in your army can do, except for that
your,
mage.
except for that forgetful mage who never knows what he knows.
Yes.
You know?
And who doesn't bother to tell you until the day the
And
battle starts.
And you keep.
Oh, by the way, I
can
don't have that spell you
It's
need.
like, oh shoot, I brought the wrong book.
Yeah. Hope you guys get along
I have to
without
go back
me.
to town and get my other book. You know, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I don't know that that's going to be a change.
No,
I'm just
no,
saying
we have no idea what it's going to do.
we have
clearly,
no access to
it does say full redesign of the Paths of Magic. So
Correct.
I'm looking forward to that. You know, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to the internal external rebalancing, because there are definitely still some overpowered things and some underpowered things for the points.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, nothing's overpowered if you pay enough for it. Nothing's underpowered if it's cheap enough. But and that's I think going to be an ongoing thing forever.
Right.
There's always going to be some effects of things. So, but this is going to be happening. So we're going to have version 1.2. It's going to go for a couple of months, and then they'll have a 1.3 in February, March timeframe, and then that's going to lock in place for final, I guess, testing through the campaign season.
Right.
And then by
the
August,
Heavy tournaments.
we should have the version 2.0, or at least 1.99.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you can see moving on towards the final version 2.
Right.
Heading through there. And moving down.
Then the other interesting thing is, right now we've got 2 full-fledged army books, the Sylvan Elves and the Undying Dynasties.
Correct.
And aesthetically, I mean, the books are great. There's some background, it's fluff. So the one thing that hasn't been put out yet is the general fluff for the world. The map of the world, and describing the different kingdoms, etc. And that's all. And a lot of us are interested in that because it just helps, building. When you want to design your army around the concept, when trying to put it into a part of the world, I think is a helpful thing, at least for someone like me.
And there's the hobby guys. I mean,
Exactly.
Who play it play the whole hobby spectrum of this, where the fluff comes in a lot.
Exactly. And I think let's say,
Even a lot of players. It does.
yeah, I like the idea of armies that have a fluff component. They still can be competitive, but
Right.
you want an aesthetic, and I think this will help with that. And that's due on Christmas Eve. So we get our Christmas present of some fluff. We get fluffed on
Get
Christmas.
fluff for Christmas.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Then they're working on a quick starter, which is an entry level version of the rules for new players to be able to learn the Ninth Age. So we're kind of looking forward to that. We've definitely had people come into our group get a little intimidated by the first game or collecting figures to get started. That's always the first thing. What army can I do? And then they see they got to buy 150 guys, and they get rather nervous.
So that would be nice for them to have that.
Yeah.
It also, but the one thing that's kind of vague on this one, it says the target date for the simplified version of the game is soon after the release of the full rule book. I wonder if they're talking about that October release, or are they talking about the version 1.2?
Oh, that's a good point.
Or the version 2?
I was guessing it was the 1.2, but
That's
yeah.
kind of what I thought too.
Or the December 24th, because that's when the fluff
The
comes
fluff
out.
comes.
But yeah.
But they say soon after
The full rule book. Yeah, good point.
So I'm thinking that might be the 1.2, but I'm not 100% sure. I hope that's not till the 2.0, because that's the end of next year, right? So
Yeah, it would be.
Too
It
far.
would be. Well, it depends on what they're going to do with it too, and
Yeah.
how much time they need. But yeah, I would hope it's not that long. Well, maybe one of them will hear us and they'll post something on the news.
Yes, as far as clear that up.
Right.
And the Army book updates. Army book updates. Looks like they're building everything around a 4-month cycle. They update a few Army books at a time. That's good, because if they do manage to get a 4-month cycle on 4, it means they get through them all in a year.
Yep.
If that's the way. That's 1 a month, though. That's real ambitious.
Yeah. it is.
Whether they achieve that or not.
Well, the thing is, yeah, it's true, but they're only planning on doing 2 full books and 2
Correct.
slim books in
And
that period.
Yes, and that's fine. I would rather see the slim books gotten through before the full books hit again. But anyway, but the cycle is addressing the 4 books, the Dread Elves, the Demon Legions, the Infernal Dwarves, and the Warriors of the Dark Gods. For obvious reasons, those are the armies at the top and the bottom of the spectrum at the moment.
Yeah.
Warriors of Dark Gods and the Demon Legions are going to receive their full books, which is going to be nice. I'd like to. I'm looking forward to it, and that makes sense too because
they're
I'm
somewhat
assuming
related. And they can use some of the stuff.
yeah, some of the fluff will cover from one to the other.
Yeah.
But full rule. The other ones are going to remain slim books, full rules overhaul, but no background, and that's fine.
Yeah, those infernal dwarves need some attention.
Yes. I mean, even if they manage that, if they manage a full book every 2 months and an army book every month, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll get through them. I just think they just need to make sure they get through.
Well, I don't know, but I'm guessing because they're planning on doing the update already on the army books that these are specific, focused updates more than just tweaking that the other ones are going to get.
Correct. Yeah. Oh, for the full books, yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Because they're all supposed to be updated for the 25th release, and
yeah, I'm kind of thinking that if they're not, though, I think the rules overhaul is going to be the set no matter what.
Yeah.
And then just the other ones are only going to be additional background. Who knows?
So
I'm just guessing.
yeah. I was gonna say, my only point of sadness and contention here is the oldest army book that was in existence that has the fewest number of units and the fewest play styles isn't on here. I'm very sad.
The Aquitaine didn't make it, huh?
Aquitaine didn't make it.
Yeah, I'm hoping that'll be top of the second cycle based on what
Yeah.
I'm seeing because Aquitaine definitely needs. I mean, it's been so long. I mean,
Exactly.
we're both Aquitaine players. We're both Bretonnian players.
yeah.
And now Aquitaine players. But yeah, it's just been so long since anything's come out on that.
Exactly.
And again, these are the intentions stated today. They can change tomorrow. Talk about the beloved. They are all volunteers, guys.
Yep.
You know, it's what it takes.
Exactly.
Armies lists are going to be changing. Things are going to be happening. And the thing to remember, if you see something that really you don't like it or whatever, there's another cycle coming. And at least they're attentive and they're doing it. I mean, the other games you played prior to this one, you know, it was here you go, good luck.
Wait half a decade.
In 5-6 years, we might put an FAQ.
Maybe 8 years we'll give you an army book.
Yeah, maybe we'll put an army. Maybe we
And
won't.
we've decided to fire all of our FAQ folks, so we're not going to
So
post
I
any
mean,
of
if
those.
you exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I said, before you really start hammering them, think about what you're getting as opposed to what you
Exactly.
have gotten in the past from game systems.
Right. You're paying nothing.
Yeah, and you're getting
you're
getting a whole lot more than you're paying
and you're
for.
getting a whole lot. Talking about a bargain.
Exactly.
So yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I've heard some people, you know, whinging a little bit. Oh, they're changing the rules too much. Blah blah blah. Blah. Well, we're still in that. We were into alpha. We're in the beta. So we're still in that stabilization period. So yeah, they're going to change. But even within the changing, it's not like it's changing every month. So,
Correct.
relatively large periods of time, and that period of time is going to get longer and longer. So after this cycle, I think they're looking at once a year at best.
Right.
So, you know, that's good. They're keeping the game fresh. They're keeping it going. In time, it's not on here, but they also plan to add in special characters and bring in additional units into different armies. So to keep it fresh.
And that's the big thing. Keep it fresh. Because you know, games stagnate over time.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing the same thing over and over again. You know, there's only so many combos you can find
Exactly.
or whatever. And
when you're in the hobbyist part of it, you know, you like to see these new units to give you ideas to find new figures, and companies will come out with new figures all the time or do your own conversions, etc. So, you know, it gives you that impetus. But, you know, if you're looking for things to complain about, you can find plenty, as with anything
you'll
in
always
life.
find plenty.
You know, but, you know, if you're looking for, you know, something that's evolving and growing with the community, you know, that's the one thing that my Age team is doing quite well.
Yep. Now, just to mention a couple other things, there were a couple other things posted that, you know, people have been talking about, and it seems to be, I mean, keeping track of your opponent is not easy when there are multi-units involved. Basically, they're talking about units that can be built in multiple ways, but there's no way from looking at that unit
Aesthetically,
to know what it is.
because the weapons are the same and they just
Correct.
have some upgrade.
Yes, especially, you know, they mention here in this one, he's mentioning the Pegasus Knights.
Right.
In addition, I've seen mention the Empire Sonistal, the veteran troops.
Right.
Like, how do you tell
I
them
think-
from the normal troops?
Yeah, I think that's a more. I mean, I would argue the Pegasus Knights. Well, you have barding, you don't have barding. That should be. You should be doing something with the model to deal with that. But
Yeah, but most
Yeah.
gamers are not. I mean, not going to say most.
yeah.
A lot of gamers are not.
Well, if they already had the old GW ones, which you can't
You've
get
got the
anymore,
barded ones.
you'd have the barded ones. But most other companies that have Pegasus, they're unbarded. I think it's the other way going forward because you can't get those ones anymore.
Right.
But having said that, yeah, the veteran status. How can you tell that somebody is a veteran? Or,
Correct.
What-
Or in the orcs, how do you tell that that's an Ed Basher?
a head
unit as
basher
opposed
versus
to the-
a regular orc,
regular guy.
So, or you have different marks when you're a Saurian ancient,
Yeah,
So-
I don't know how they're going to propose to mark the.
You know,
if
so-
this is the case, whether the chaos marks.
right.
I don't know how that's going to be handled if
Exactly.
that is.
Exactly. Or the totems for the, beasts. There's just so many things that they're little upgrades,
Right.
but there's just no easy way to do that. Now, I mean, so basically what they're saying is that they're going to try to reduce the number of these upgrades that you can have in a unit.
Correct.
And it doesn't seem to be, they're not talking about weapons upgrades because that's
Well, they did mention something about the weapons upgrade may or may not
right, because you can see that.
get shortened.
Yeah.
I mean, the different types of choices.
Or
for
if they have
weapons.
too many choices, you can see
Right,
them doing that.
getting
but-
that pared down a little bit.
Yeah, but so it'll be interesting to see how this manifests itself.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and
Yeah,
we're of course will,
yeah. Proxies drive us crazy, so especially when they're crazy proxies,
Yeah, I mean, again, I've never objected, at least in a pickup game that you're playing on a regular club night where you play something, you proxy something out because you want to see how it does before you
And they had a problem with that.
buy it, paint it, and field it.
I don't have a problem. You're fielding something that's different, and it's different. It's when I've got 3 units and they look exactly the same.
Correct.
However, they're actually 3 totally different capabilities.
Yes.
Keeping
you're-
that straight.
Unless your opponent asks you every single turn what
Exactly.
they were.
Heck, if I was doing that, I wouldn't be able to keep them straight. I mean, that would be my troops. It's
Yes.
like, that's them in the middle or on the flank. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this in October.
Yes,
The
most
end
definitely.
of October update. That's a big thing for me.
Yep.
It'll
First
be
you move, then we get to see the update.
move, then we'll see the update on the next week, and hopefully we can follow that up with something. And then I got a tournament that weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Which will not be playing these updated rules.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to go into it with 4 days notice.
Yeah.
But it'll be the last little
That's
tournament.
Mountain Mayhem.
Mountain Mayhem
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Martinsburg.
Yeah.
It's coming up on October 29th and 30th.
Right.
So
Halloween.
Halloween, yeah, we're missing Halloween by a day though.
Yeah.
So you come out, play, go home, spend Monday with the kids, and take them out trick or treating. Enjoy
There you go.
yourself, right?
But don't bring your own costumes.
Don't bring your. We're not doing a costume contest.
Yes, we're not doing a LARP. We're not doing LARP 9th age.
Although I have seen several tournaments that do
Yes, I have.
costume things, which is fine.
Yeah, and until you do the historical one and really annoy somebody who's in a concentration camp because you're coming in with your SS uniform. I've seen that happen. That was not pretty.
That's not a good idea.
Yes.
No. All right. So on that note, I'm going to be done with this. You can continue that diatribe if
There
you
you
want
go.
to.
Well, all right. So just in summary, new stuff coming next week, and then
Yep.
some changes there. It's all posted on 9th Age site. We'll put the URL in the post.
Yeah, and take a deep breath after you see it and think about it a little bit before you start going completely berserk.
Yes, I'm sure there'll be lots of berserk postings.
Then you
but-
can go berserk, completely
Exactly.
berserk. I'm saying this because I'm saying this to myself as well, because I'm sure there's going to be something in there I'm not happy at all with.
Yes.
But anyway, thanks for listening.
Till the next time.